What if I told you that in 2026, prison became a pay monthly subscription? Well, a new law has just turned the UK justice system into a bargain for the wealthy, and most people missed it. As you know, we are currently in a fraud epidemic in the UK, yet for many high-level fraudsters, the threat of prison has effectively vanished. So what's changed? Well, there's now a statutory presumption under section 277A that any custodial sentence of 12 months or less must now be suspended. And it goes deeper than that. For the first time, judges can now suspend sentences of up to 3 years, which means that much more serious crimes are now prison optional too. Judges are being told that unless an offender is a physical danger to the public, then the taxpayer shouldn't be footing the £56,000 a year bill to keep them in a cell. Well, this is part of the Sentencing Act 2026, and instead of prison time, we now have a different type of supposed punishment. However, for the wealthy, it's transformed a criminal sentence into something that looks suspiciously like a monthly subscription fee. So today we're going behind the headlines, and if you've spent your life working hard and paying into the system, what I'm about to show you is going to change how you view the legal system forever. Let's start by looking at the case of Arthur Draper. Draper, 41, was a rogue trader who targeted homeowners with a cold calling roof repair scam, which he ultimately defrauded victims of £141,000. Now, under the old system, Draper was sentenced to St Albans Crown Court for a 3-year sentence. It was an immediate imprisonment. Now, if Draper stood in the same court just 8 weeks later, that 3-year sentence would now be eligible for suspension, meaning he could have walked free and never seen the inside of a jail cell. A savvy barrister could just argue that under the new overcrowded prison guidelines, Draper could receive a 3-year suspended sentence with a different type of penalty. Now, of course, to keep the public happy and impose some sort of penalty for those walking free from prison, the government has introduced the income reduction order under Section 3. The idea, well, if you don't go to jail, instead you pay a percentage of your excess monthly income for up to 3 years. Now, the human mind element here is fascinating too. So forensic psychology suggests that many fraudsters possess this special resiliency, that they won't see an income reduction order as a mark of shame or a punishment. It might well be seen as just a manageable business overhead. You know, we're teaching them the current price of doing business. So let's work out what that would be. What's the financial reality? So the law protects this mandated protected amount. It's roughly £2,160 per month that the court can't touch, and they can only take an absolute maximum of 20% of any surplus. So Arthur Draper is one side of the coin. To see how the wealthy could use this as a bit of a loophole, we're going to have to look at the high earner equation. So let's imagine we've got an IT consultant earning £10,000 a month from legitimate means, who would also be committing some cyber fraud on the side. Of course, not having to worry about prison being a reality. And let's also assume that after a mortgage and bills, he's got an excess of £8,000 a month. The court will take a maximum of 20% in this income reduction order, so he pays £1,600 a month and is left with £6,400 in his pocket whilst serving a sentence from the comfort of his own home. Free to continue to work and earn and be with his family, £1,600 a month for basically a get-out-of-jail card, keeping his freedom and potentially going straight back to stealing from others. Seems like a bargain for the criminally minded. And actually quite a reasonable business expense. But it does seem bonkers to me that the rate of inheritance tax is set at 40% for people who've worked and saved all their lives and contributed positively to society, compared to a 20% maximum rate for criminals who have done nothing but take. Well, this is your legacy being taxed twice as heavily. I think that's quite shocking. The new Act also introduces this earned progression model, where offenders can reduce their supervision or payment amounts through good behaviour. But unfortunately, fraudsters by definition are masters of manipulation and impression management. So we're essentially asking the already stretched and overworked probation officers to outmaneuver professional con artists. Under this earned progression model, it sort of rewards people who look like they're improving. But of course, if you're accustomed to deception, that is a core skill. So are we just rewarding the very behaviour, the manipulation that got them in the dock in the first place? Does this feel like justice, or does it feel like a different set of rules for people who can afford the excess income threshold? Let me know what you think in the comments. Please subscribe to Money Crimes and Human Minds. I'm Zoe Taylor, and I'll see you next Wednesday.